Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Pleshette.
And this is Charlie.
And this is Charlie.
Yeah, and today we're actually really excited to be kicking off a whole playlist on our channel about big rig friendly campground reviews. Because, I mean, let's face it, we're a big rig.
We are a big rig. We are 44 feet long, and with our tow vehicle, that adds about another 22 feet or so. So, yeah, we need some space.
Yeah, we need some space. And here's the thing, she does all the research on, either from recommendations or, RV Trip Wizard. And then I look at reviews on Campendium and various other places. And a lot of places say they're big rig friendly. And
you can call and ask as many questions as you can think of. And you can still get there.
I do.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And what happens is we get there and there's just some things that make it not as friendly as you might assume. And so this kind of goes back to not assuming, right? Because you just never know. And so we're going to kick it off. We're going to kick it off with our first campground review. And this one is the very first campground that we went to back in, what was it?
Back in November of 2020.
Yeah, November of 2020. So this is the Pechanga RV Resort. It is just off of I-15 in Southern California. It is the Pechanga Casino, so it's part of the whole casino campus and whatnot, which is actually pretty cool, especially if you're into gambling. And it's near...
Does they even include a resort shuttle?
Yes, they have a shuttle that goes from the campground over to the casino.
Yep.
And I can imagine that could be pretty exciting. And it's also very close to the Temecula wine country, which is... Oh, we're super excited about that. So we stayed there, like I said, last fall, and we have a list of things that we'll go through on each one of these campground reviews. And for some of them, there won't be a whole lot of information because we're just staying one night or two nights. We mostly stay anywhere from 4 to 6, sometimes 8 weeks in a place because we're still working. We don't want to move every 2 weeks. And so some of these things are just going to be not applicable for us, and then other things we'll give a little bit more detail on. So, full hookups. So, what does that mean? Water, power, sewer. So, Pechanga does have those. A concrete gravel pad. Yes, they have a concrete gravel pad, which is pretty nice because out of all the places that we've been...
Yeah, makes it easy to get level.
Yeah.
It was a nice, nice space to just be able to park on.
Yeah, and I mean, out of all the places that we've been, how many places have had a concrete slab? Like 1 or 2?
Yeah, it just happens to be that the places we've been probably haven't been a ton.
Yeah, so that's kind of a nice thing, especially when you've got auto level and the whole nine, and you just need to be level. Road and access issues. So I have Easy here, but she does most of the driving. So what would you say about that?
I would say it was easy access. It's not too far from the 15. Major roads to get to the campground, and then once you actually get to the campground. The roads within the campground were easy to pass, even pulling our rig around. We were actually in a spot that was kind of back in the corner a little bit. So, moving back over to that corner, driving around, it really wasn't that difficult. I thought it was easy for access.
And keep in mind, this is the very first time we're driving this RV. And so for us to say it was pretty easy access, if you're a seasoned pro at driving your 44-foot fifth wheel around, then it would probably be very, very easy for you. The lot spacing. So when we talk about lot spacing, that's, the length of the space, the width of the space. We've been in some spaces where you put your awning out and it's hitting the other person's awning, so that's pretty tight. That would not be good lot spacing. Pechanga actually had pretty standard and really good lot spacing. Wi-Fi service, laundry facility, some of these things, we didn't really use this stuff, but you can always check their website. I imagine a place like this, typically, because it's an RV resort, they're going to have Wi-Fi and cell service. I don't even remember seeing... I'm sure they had laundry. I don't remember seeing it, but they might have had
laundry.
I'm
pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
But, and again, we were there during COVID.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of things were shut down.
Some things were shut down.
Yeah. Pet friendly, as you put your paw on me, Charlie. Yeah, so it was a pet friendly place. There were, gated places for the dogs to go, and they had a few of the, throughout the park, they had places where you can
dog runs.
Dog runs. They had cans where you could put the, the poop bags and stuff. So that, I like that. I like it when they say pet friendly. Don't have like one can that's like 2 miles away in the campground. Have a few of them around. So this one did, and we really appreciated that. Good management, easy check-in. The COVID protocol was pretty good. I mean, we pulled up there. It was daytime, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when we pulled in?
Yeah, it was daytime.
Yeah, and since it was in November of that first year of. I guess 2020, so that's COVID,
yeah,
right?
So we've been in the COVID situation for already 8 months. So,
yeah.
I mean, there was a decent amount of protocol around that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we pulled up, they had envelopes out in front, they had your spot number on it, your last name on it, you could just pull up your envelope. I think there was even some sort of pass or something in there to the buffet, or I don't know, something. Maybe it was the shuttle.
It might have been the shuttle.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but there was some sort of nice, amenity in the envelopes. That was really nice. Grocery nearby. This is not urban camping. I don't know that I'd call it urban, but it's not all the way out in the boonies either. So, you probably could use Instacart, and if you just pull down the road, there's probably a grocery store really nearby. Gas stations nearby. That's always important too. Nearby supplies. I don't remember seeing any of these, but I imagine because it's right in Temecula, they had an Ace Hardware or something like that.
Or something equivalent.
Home Depot, something like that, yeah. Mail service, don't know about that. And Charlie is going to give this a 1 paw up. He liked it too. Good for the doggies.
He's giving it a paw up
yes.
instead of a thumbs up.
Yes, he's giving it a paw up. And so we had some... a couple of things that were top 3 and bottom 3, and some special moments at this location.
Yeah, so in summary then, our top 3 things that we really liked about the Pechanga campground was it was easy check-in. It was easy to navigate and to park. And they had good security.
Yeah.
So that was comforting.
Yeah.
As far as things that we didn't like so much, there wasn't a lot of space for the tow vehicle. Again, the spaces, or at least the space we were in, wasn't super long. It is a bit pricey. We were only there a couple of nights, but if you stayed there for any amount of time, that could add up because it was kind of a high nightly price. I don't know if you remember about.
I think it was like $70 a night, so that's high. I mean, we didn't know any better. I mean, it's our first campground, so we're like, oh, that looks, it sounds good. I mean, I guess, but yeah, as we've gotten to other campgrounds, we've seen that that's really on the high side.
Yeah, and then lastly, it wasn't good for a long-term or monthly stay. As Alicia said already, we tend to stay places at a minimum 4 weeks, sometimes as long as 8 weeks. And unfortunately, with this particular campground, they didn't have a residential license. So you had to exit the park after 28 days and be out, 24 hours? And then you could come back in for another 28 days. But it's that break in, continuity that we really didn't like. I mean, you'd have to hook up, you'd have to pull out. They did have a big lot, that you could, I guess, sit in for your 24 hours. But you don't want to have to do that and then come back in and set your camp back up. So, So that was kind of, that would be kind of our one of our negatives.
Yeah.
And then as far as our special moments are concerned, this was, again, our first campground, and it was the campground where we met our instructor for our RV driving school. We signed up for lessons since we had never done anything like this before.
Not at all.
Never had towed anything.
No.
So we thought maybe we should get a lesson. And so we found this great lesson, or this great school online, RV driving school. We'll leave the link in the comments below. And we had a great instructor, Rick. He was fantastic. And so we met him there, and we had our lesson, and that really kind of got us set to get going. From our first stop.
Yeah, and if you think about things that are worth every penny. That RV driving lesson was worth every penny. I mean, in 2 days, you're not going to learn everything you need to know, but you'll learn enough to where you can feel confident getting out on the road. And I mean, literally, we left Pechanga and left the state. Yes, we went straight into Arizona. So, I mean, yeah. So Pechanga was a great stop. I think it was a perfect location for what we were trying to do.
I mean, would we go back?
I don't know. You know, there's so many other places to go. Plus, it was kind of spendy. I don't know. I mean,
but would we recommend it?
I would totally recommend it for big rigs.
If we were in the area, we would go back. Right?
Oh,
if we
yeah.
needed a night or a couple of nights.
Totally. Yeah.
But definitely would recommend it for big rigs.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what this whole playlist is about, is do we recommend it for big rigs? Charlie's giving a paw up for the pet thing, and we're going to give our thumbs up for a big rig friendly park. So yeah.
I think that about covers it. We will definitely be doing more of these, so if you like this content, please do like and subscribe.
And share.
And share.
And comment.
And comment. Let us know what big rig parks you found.
Yeah.
We're always looking to add to our list, because again, you want to make sure you have enough space. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to feel like you're, struggling to get into your spot.
Well, we've had that.
And we've had that. That'll be in another review.
Yes, stay tuned.
Yes.
Because there's some pretty funny stories with us and these spots, and something was big rig friendly and kind of what we experienced. And some of this depends on your experience level, but with our experience level, we'll share what we've what we've encountered and what we would recommend.
Yep.
So we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.